Today we are going to learn lesson number 11, Struggle for Equality. In that introduction, peasants movement, workers union, socialist movement, Communist Party of India, Meerut conspiracy case and feminist movement. Now first upon the feudalism. In the progress of modern India, struggle for political freedom was important. This struggle was based on broadly philosophy of man's emancipation. Therefore, in the course of this struggle, along with political dependence, there was oppositions to things like feudalism, social inequality, economic exploitation. See that feudalism is a system in which people were given land and protection by people for higher rank, and people work and fought for them in return. Like freedom, the principle of equality is very important. From that point of view, the contribution of movements built up by various social groups such as farmers, workers, women, Dalit, etc., as well as the stream of socialism given importance to equality, proves to the significant. Without realizing its contribution, we will not be able to understand the developmental process of modern India. Therefore, let us study some of these movements. Here, socialism means a system in which everyone has an equal opportunity to benefit from a country's wealth. Let us study some of these movements. Now, peasants movement. Peasants means farmers movement. The Indian farmers had to suffer due to the ill effects of British economic policy. The British government used to protect only landlords and moneylenders. They gave unjust treatment to the farmers. On many occasions, the farmers stand against the British government's injustice. The peasants in Bengal formed their union and revolted against the compulsion of cultivating the indigo. The play Nildarpan, written by Dinbandhu Mitra, brought the notice of the society's the wretched condition of the peasant producing the indigo. In 1875, farmers from Maharashtra rose in a revolt against the atrocity of the landlords and moneylenders. The farmers in Uttar Pradesh formed Kisan Sabha in 1918 under the leadership of the Babu Ramchandra. The Mopla peasants rose in a great revolt in Kerala, but the British government crushed it down. In 1936, the initiative of the Professor N.G. Ranga, the Akhil Bharatiya Kisan Sabha was established. Swami Sahajananda Saraswati was the president of this organization. This Sabha presented the Declaration of the Peasants' Rights to the Indian National Congress. The session of the Congress was held in the Faizpur in Maharashtra. Thousands of the peasants attended this session. In 1938, the crops in eastern Khandesh were destroyed due to the heavy rains. The condition of the farmers was miserable. In order to get the land revenue waived, the Sane Guruji organized meeting and proceeding at the many places. He took out marches on the collector office. The peasants participated in large number in the revolutionary period of 1942. The Sane Guruji built up the unity of the workers. He tried to create strong center of workers union at Dhule, Ammalner. The worker unions. In the latter half of the 19th century, textile mills, railway companies and such industries were started in India. The worker groups had not arose on a large scale, but in this period efforts were made to solve the problems of the workers. Shashipad Banerjee, Narayan Meghji Lokhande organized the workers at a local level. Lokhande's contributions to the working class movement was so valuable that he is described as father of Indian workers' movement. The native place of the Narayan Meghji Lokhande was Kanesar near Saswat in a Pune district. He formed the mill workers union known as the Bombay Mill Hands Association in 1890. These worker unions is believed. He was also a chairman of a branch of Mumbai's Satyashodhak Samaj, that Satyashodhak Samaj founded by Mahatma Phule. Due to his efforts, from 10 June 1890, the workers started getting weekly holiday on a Sunday. At the same time, an agitation was launched against the wretched condition of the tea plantation workers in Assam. In 1899, the Great Indian Peninsular Railway workers called for a strike for their demands. During the anti-partition movement, workers carried out strikes from time to time in support of Swadeshi. After First World War, due to the industrialization, there was a rise of worker class in India and the necessity for nationwide worker union was felt. With this necessity, in 1920, All India Trade Union Congress was established. N.M. Joshi had a major role in working of AITUC. Lala Lajpat Rai was the president of the first session of the All India Trade Union Congress. He told the worker to actively participate in the national movement. Shripad Amrut Dange, Muzaffar Ahmed, such a socialist leader, by spreading the socialist ideology among the workers, worked from militant organization. In 1828, the Mumbai Mill Workers Union went on a strike for 6 months. Many such strikes were made by the railway workers, jute mill workers, etc. The government was disturbed due to see the growth strength of the workers' movement. To suppress this movement, the legislations were made. Socialist movement. Many of the young activists in Indian National Congress felt that for protecting the interests of the people, it is necessary to overthrow the British government. Similarly, they started realizing that the society should be restructured on the principle of economic and social equality. Through this realization, there was rise and growth of socialist ideology. Socialist means a person who believes in socialism. Socialism means a system in which everyone has an equal opportunity to benefit from country's wealth. Socialist youth, while they were in prisons at Nasik, decided to form the Socialist Party within the Indian National Congress. According to these decisions, in 1934, the Congress Socialist Party was formed, which included leaders like Acharya Narendra Dev, Jaiprakash Narayan, Minu Masani, Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, etc. In Quit India movement of 1942, these young socialists were in the forefront. Now, Communist Party of India. Indians got introduced to Karl Marx and his communism. Lokmanya Tilak had already written an article on Marx in 1881. After First World War, the influence of communism was felt in India. Manvendranath Roy played the active role in the international communist movement. In 1925, Communist Party was formed in India. The work of building a militant organization of workers and peasants was done by the young communists. The British government started feeling the danger of the communist movement. Shripad Amrut Dange, Muzaffar Ahmed, Keshav Nilkantha, Jogdekar, etc. were arrested. They were charged with the planning of conspiracy to overthrow the British rule. They were given a different punishment. The trial took place at a Meerut, and therefore this case is known as Meerut conspiracy case. Even after the Meerut trials, the influence of the communist workers' movements remained constant. Now, the feminist movement. In the Indian social system, women were given a secondary position. Due to the many evil practices, they were subjected to injustice. But during the modern period, there was an awakening against it. Some of the male reformers took initiative in the reform movement related to women. In the course of time, women's leaders started coming forward. Reforming changed the thought of peoples, changed the thoughts of society. Their independent institutions, organization came to be established. Pandita Ramabai established the Arya Mahila Samaj and Sharda Sadan. Similarly, Seva Sadan founded by Ramabai Ranade are examples of this. Bharat Mahila Parishad 1904 and the All India Women's Conference 1927 were founded as well. Therefore, these institutions' work reached at the national level. These institutions work for the right to inheritance, right to vote, etc. Women had to struggle through the medium of this organization. Rakmabai Janadar Save was the first practicing woman doctor in India. She delivered series of lectures related to the health issues of women. She also opened a branch of Red Cross Society at the Rajkot. Red Cross Society means that help the people in an emergency. Rakmabai Janardhan Save was the first practicing woman doctor in India. She delivered a series of lectures related to the health issues of women. She also opened a branch of Red Cross Society at Rajkot. Red Cross societies work for the peoples in emergencies. During the 20th century, participation of women in public life began to increase. Women's participation in the national movements and the revolutionary work was significant. After the Act of 1935, women were included in the provincial ministries. After independence, the principle of equality of men and women has been clearly stated in the Constitution of India. Dalit movement the Indian social structure was based on inequality. Social reformers like Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, Narayan Guru brought about awakening of the people against the unjust treatment given to the Dalit in the society. Following the teaching of the Mahatma Phule, Gopal Baba Walankar and Shivram Janaba Kamble worked for the eradication of untouchability, remove the untouchability from the society. In 1888, Gopal Baba Walankar, in his book Vitthal Vidwansan, condemned the untouchability. Shivram Janaba Kamble started the magazine Somavamshiya Mitra on 1st July 1908. He raised voice against the issues of Murlids and Joktins. He also took initiative of the marriages of Devdasis. In Tamil Nadu, Periyar Ramaswamaya started a movement for eradication of untouchability. In 1906, Maharshi Vitthal Ramji Shinde started the Depressed Classes Missions for the Progress of the Dalit. An important part of their work was to make Dalit self-respectful. well educated, and engaged in work, while the second part of their work was to destroy the definitional ideas regarding the Dalits in the minds of the upper caste. For this purpose, he founded the Marathi schools, work schools in part of Parel, Devnar in Mumbai. He actively worked for the benefits of the Dalit by organizing a satyagraha for entry to a Parvati temple at Pune, Shetkari Parishad of Dalit, federal electorates, etc. Rajashri Shahu Maharaj made a law for free and compulsory primary education. He did substantial work for the abolition of the caste distinctions. There were three restrictions put up by the caste system: interdining, intermarriage, and change of occupations. In this regard, during meeting and conference, Shahu Maharaj ate food from the hands of Dalit peoples, thereby overthrowing the restrictions on interdining. Shahu Maharaj believed that till the restrictions on intermarriage is followed, the caste distinctions will not be uprooted. He passed the Act of Intercaste Marriage and gave it legal acceptance in the state. On 22nd February 1918, he abolished the Balutedari system. The Justice Party did valuable work for the social equality in South India. Mahatma Gandhi took up the issues of eradication of untouchability in his hands and put it up on the platform of the Indian National Congress. While at the Eroda prison, he debated with the rigid Hindu Pandits, stating that the religious texts of Hindus do not support untouchability. He gave inspiration to Harijan Sevak Sangha. By taking inspiration from him, Amrutlal, Vittal Das Thakur, alias the Thakur Bapu, Appasaheb Patwardhan, etc., these activists dedicatedly work for equality. The struggle of Dalits began under the leadership of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. He is aimed at establishing a society based on principle of liberty, equality, and fraternity. He was convinced that the injustice to the Dalits and inequality would not be ended unless the caste system was completely uprooted. According to him, social equality was the right of the Dalits. He intended to carry out the movement based on self-respect. From this point of view, he established the Bahishkrut Hitkarni Sabha in July 1924. Be educated, be organized, and be agitated was the inspirational message given by him to his followers. Babasaheb Bole got a bill passed in the Bombay Provincial Assembly for the public water reservoirs to be opened to the untouchables. However, in reality, the water reservoirs were not accessible to the Dalits, and hence Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and his followers started Satyagraha at Chaudhar Lake in Mahad. He burned the Manusmriti, which advocated inequality. In 1930, he started the Satyagraha for the entry of Dalits in the Kalaram temple at Nasik. This Satyagraha was led by Karmavir Dadasaheb Gaikwad. Newspaper was an integral part of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's movement to create awakening in the society and to voice out their grief. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar started newspapers like the Muknayak, Bahishkrut Bharat, Janata, Samata, etc. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar established the Independent Labour Party. He opposed the laws that went against the interests of the workers. He established All India Scheduled Caste Federation. to put forth the issues of Dalits in an effective manner. Through Constitution of India, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar made a significant contributions to the creations of society structure based on equality in modern India. In 1956, along with his innumerable followers, he embraced Buddhism that advocated the humanity and equality. The struggle for equality has a prominent position in the making of modern India.